Same platform, $14,000 apart, so what are you really paying for? The badge or better value? In today's breakdown, we're comparing the 2026 Toyota RAV4 and the Lexus NX, two SUVs built on the same foundation but priced in completely different leagues. One starts around $30,000, the other pushes past $50,000. That's a serious gap. This isn't a surface-level comparison. We're looking at real-world comfort, driving feel, interior quality, and whether the NX actually delivers enough to justify that premium, or if the RAV4 quietly makes more sense for most buyers. If you're deciding between smart money and luxury appeal, this is where it gets interesting. Let's get into it. Number 5. Performance. Now let's talk performance. And this is where the differences really start to show. The NX 3.5 luxury immediately feels more upscale, but you can also tell part of that price bump comes from the badge. Still, once you get moving, that 275 horsepower turbocharged engine delivers. Whether you're merging onto the highway or climbing uphill, it responds quickly and confidently. Beyond speed, the refinement stands out. The seating, cabin tech, and overall ride isolation feel a step above what you get in the RAV4. It's quieter, smoother, and more composed. But value matters too. The price gap between a mid-level RAV4 and a fully loaded NX 3.5 isn't small. That money could easily cover a year of fuel or even fund another project entirely. Under the hood, the RAV4 keeps things simple. Its 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine makes 203 horsepower and pairs with an 8-speed automatic. It's reliable, smooth for daily driving, and does well on the highway. But when you need quick acceleration, like overtaking or merging, it hesitates. Push it harder, and the engine starts to sound strained. Switch to the NX 3.5 and it's a different experience. Its 2.4-liter turbocharged engine produces 275 horsepower and 317 pound-feet of torque. The response is immediate. Press the pedal, and it goes. Stronger off the line, more confident in traffic, and overall just more engaging to drive. Number 4. Handling now. Let's get into handling, because this is where personality really comes through. The NX 3.5 feels lighter on its feet in the mid-range, and it handles hills effortlessly, even with passengers or cargo in the back. With a 0 to 60 time of around 6.6 seconds, you can definitely feel the extra power compared to the RAV4. In everyday driving, the RAV4 stays composed and easy to manage. It's tuned for real-world use, commutes, errands, and road trips. Over rough roads and cracked pavement, it remains comfortable without feeling too soft. The suspension has just enough flexibility to absorb bumps, making it a solid choice for long drives. The steering is light, which helps in parking lots and tight spaces, but it doesn't offer much feedback on twisty roads. It stays stable and predictable, just without that engaging feel. And that's by design. It's built to be simple, reliable, and easy to live with. Switch over to the NX 3.5 F Sport, and things feel noticeably different. You sit slightly lower, the steering tightens up, and the chassis feels more controlled. It's not trying to be a full-on sports SUV, but it definitely feels more planted and connected to the road. So yes, the NX comes at a higher price. But when it comes to handling and overall driving feel, you can tell where that extra money is going. Number 3. Fuel economy. Now let's talk fuel economy. And this is where the gap becomes very real. On higher trims, the NX adds adaptive suspension that adjusts based on how you drive. Around town, it stays smooth and comfortable. Switch into sport mode, and it tightens up through corners, giving you more control. On winding roads, it feels more composed than the RAV4, but this section isn't just about handling, it's about what happens at the pump. Road noise is another win for the Lexus. It's noticeably quieter at highway speeds, blocking out wind and tire noise better. That might not stand out on short drives, but over long distances, it makes a difference. Now, fuel costs. During my time with both SUVs, gas prices were high, so efficiency really mattered. The RAV4 delivered strong numbers, consistently hitting around 30 to 32 miles per gallon on longer drives. Officially, it's rated at 27 city and 35 highway, and in real-world use, that feels accurate. Even the all-wheel drive version stays efficient, averaging around 28 to 29 combined. The NX 350 tells a different story. Its turbocharged engine is more powerful, but it uses more fuel. It's rated at 22 city and 29 highway, and in mixed driving, it averaged around 24 to 25 miles per gallon. You can push closer to 28 on the highway with a light foot, but it never matches the RAV4's efficiency. So if saving fuel is a priority, the RAV4 is the clear choice. But if you want stronger performance and don't mind spending more at the pump, the NX delivers. Number 2. Interior. Now let's step inside, because this is where these two SUVs take completely different approaches. The Toyota RAV4 is built for real life, loaded up with gear, coolers, bags, chairs, and it handles it without stress. With up to 70 cubic feet of cargo space when the seats are down, it's made for road trips, errands, and everyday hauling. The materials aren't flashy, but they're durable. Soft touch seats and stitched panels add a bit of style, yet everything feels ready for spills, dirt, and daily wear. The Lexus NX 350 goes in a different direction. This cabin is all about comfort and design. Think soft perforated leather, wood trim, ambient lighting, and a panoramic roof that opens up the space. It feels quieter, more refined, almost like a lounge. But you do give up some practicality. Max cargo space drops to about 46.9 cubic feet, and the rear seats feel a bit tighter. On tech, Toyota has stepped things up. The RAV4 offers up to a 10.5-inch touchscreen, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and a clean, easy-to-use interface. Higher trims add a larger digital gauge cluster and optional premium audio. The NX raises the bar. Its available 14-inch touchscreen is one of the best in the segment, paired with a premium sound system, voice controls, and customizable ambient lighting. For utility and space, the RAV4 wins. For comfort, tech, and a more upscale feel, the NX clearly takes the lead. Number 1. Safety. When it comes to safety, both the Toyota RAV4 and Lexus NX 350 are well equipped, but there are differences. The RAV4 includes key features like adaptive cruise and lane assist, though blind spot monitoring isn't standard on base trims. The NX builds on this with smoother lane tracing, curve speed control, parking sensors, and more refined responses overall. On warranty, the RAV4 offers 3-year/36,000-mile basic coverage, 5-year/60,000-mile powertrain, plus 2 years of free maintenance. The NX extends coverage to 4-year/50,000-mile basic and 6-year/70,000-mile powertrain, but only includes 1 year of maintenance. So here's the verdict. The RAV4 delivers better value, efficiency, and practicality. The NX feels more premium, but unless you want luxury and extra power, the price jump is hard to justify.